Hey guys, DJ Gear Reviews here. I know I just did a review on Black Flags not too long ago. I have to kind of put my 2 cents in on some things that I've been seeing on Facebook lately. I work in a vape shop right now, and I try to make it my personal goal to anyone. I don't care if they are just starting the vape or they've been vaping for a period of time, you know, longer than me. It doesn't matter. I've had people come in and tell me that the person or the shop that had helped them get their first setup, it was okay for them to use regular cotton balls. Okay, first off, anyone that's been vaping that knows that's a no-no. Okay, you just don't use regular cotton balls without, you know, boiling and getting that bleach and, you know, whatever else is in there. You need to use stuff like, cotton bacon, native wicks, you know, some form of vaping cotton. As long as it's 100% organic Japanese cotton, or, you know, cotton bacon, or the bacon bits, native wicks, freaking, I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but wicked cotton. It needs to be something that is vape safe. And you can get cotton balls and make them vape safe yourself, but normally it's a lot easier for people just to go out and buy vape ready cotton. Okay, that's one of my first small. It's a small thing. It did hospitalize one of my customers, and that really bothered me. That someone had the balls to tell this guy, just grab a cotton ball and shove it in. Okay, wrong. And then he sat there and he had to go back up in Nick, or so he thought, until I explained it to him, and I finally got it out of him that he was using cotton balls. He went to the hospital because he was having problems with his lungs and his heart. Okay, this shit could have collapsed his lungs because someone did not tell him the truth and tell him to use the specific cotton. Okay, so that's my small rant. My other rant is I'm tired of seeing people putting themselves at risk on Facebook. I really am. I see it all the time. Hey guys, check out my my hybrid mod with my blah tank. You have a hybrid mod. See how there's no insulator, or not insulator, pin in the middle? That's because this is called hybrid. This is straight battery to RDA connection. Okay, yes, there are some rebuildable atomizers, well, RBTs or RBAs, whatever you want to freaking call them. There's too many of these things out nowadays. Yeah, some of them have the adjustable pin underneath. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, an RDA real quick. That right there, that is adjustable. It's a copper connection. That right there is a Dark Horse RDA. It's safe to use on a hybrid. Now, this, folks, is a matrix tank. It's an actual tank. See how that's a floating pin. I call them floating pins, but they're not necessarily floating. But it's not a safe connection from the battery to the tank. This right here is putting it on one of these like this and firing it is an accident waiting to happen. Do not, I repeat, do not put a tank on, or any form of tank. Let me rephrase it this way. Do not put any form of tank. I honestly, I don't care if the tank itself has an adjustable pin underneath. It's just not safe. Okay. Tank, RBA, RTA, I don't care. You know, it's your body and it's overall your vape, but it's just not safe. And until they make a tank or something like that that's specifically for it, even then, I don't even think I would. I mean, I've seen them on, you know, Instagram saying, oh, these are hybrid approved tanks or whatever. Me personally, you know, I have kids, I have a family. I'm not willing to risk hurting myself when all I have to do is turn around This is a Manhattan. See that pin right there? Notice that it's not hollow. You know, you can't see through it. This you can put a tank on. So why not just put a tank? Simply enough. Easy does it, you know. There. Now I can safely fire this, and it still gives me plenty enough power. This is a competition mod. Yeah, sometimes hybrid mods can hit a lot harder than a regular tube mod. But me personally, I've taken out series box mods with this right here. Okay. This Manhattan is strong enough. But if you really want to just be safe, why not just put it on a regulated device? That seems to be the biggest popular thing anyway nowadays. Is everyone getting all these different, you know, regulated devices? You got eLeaf, you have Sigelli, IPV, you have, I mean, shit. There are more regulated devices out there than I can even really count. Okay, you don't need to sit there and put in. You can get a good price on a regulated device and still put a good tank on there. Just read up, make sure everything is set to where it's supposed to be. I mean, it's not hard. And then another thing I've been seeing people do, this right here. This is a series box. Again, do not put a tank on it. You want something like this to be blowing up in your hand? I don't. I make sure, you know, I've seen people, depending on the person who's building said device, will know, or should know, how low you technically can build on their series device. This guy, I know him personally, makes some of the best series boxes I know. If you can read that, it says, warning, please use high drain 30 amp plus batteries. Okay? Do not build below a 0.3. Okay? He's saying that for a reason. Yeah, I have built, the lowest on here was a 0.26. That I had 40 amp batteries in, or no, I'm sorry, I had these 35 amp batteries in here actually. And I did my calculations, and it was a little low for my comfort. It was really hot, and I didn't keep it on very long. But I also was paranoid and was checking my batteries all the time. You don't put a tank on this either. It's just you're asking for oopsie. Alright, if you want to sit there and you want to do a test yourself, that's not hard to do. Build a coil in an RDA that looks exactly like some of the more popular tanks out there. Keep them spaced out apart. Use the same Kenthal, which is normally, I would say, anywhere between a 28 and a 26 gauge wire. Okay, I've only seen, you know, except for the smoke tank, I've only seen, you know, dual coils in there, but they were maybe a 4 wrap spaced apart, you know, in about the size of the coil itself. Me personally, I haven't actually dissected any, but I kind of want to right now, just to kind of show you guys. I don't think you would enjoy that vape in an RDA. I don't care if it's a Buddha or whatnot. Buddha has so much airflow through it that just about any hot vape would be cool. I don't think I would want to even. I don't think I have the balls to dissect a tank and tank's coil and put that coil in this and fire. Even though it would be a 0.5 coil coming out of, say, the Arctic tank. If I took apart the Arctic tank's coil and put it in my Buddha, I do not think that would be an enjoyable vape. So imagine putting that on a tank on a series box and see what you get. But then also experiment, do the same thing and put it on here. If it's enjoyable on here, okay, fine. There you go. Now you got a tank style build on an RDA that is on a hybrid. You don't need to put a tank on there. It's coming down to the simplicity of everything and being smart. You can put a tank on a parallel box. This is a Tesla Invader 2, okay? When I say parallel box, see how both the positive symbols are up towards the top? That means both are going the same direction, okay? That is an equivalent to this, just not as powerful. So yes, you can use any regulated box with a tank. You can use any parallel box with a tank. You can use a regular mech mod, not a hybrid, but a regular mech mod on, or with a tank, I'm sorry. Make sure your batteries are safe. Okay, I have a pair of batteries upstairs that are not usable. These ones are coming damn close, actually. These ones are, now that I look at them, these are not vape safe. And here's why. It's going to be hard to see, but that's not the little insulator piece. That white piece right there is what makes it safe. But once your wrap starts coming off, right there, that's silver. That's the battery top. If that just arcs just right in my series, which these don't go in my series, but just saying, even if they arced inside my Sigelli, this can fry my chip, mess up my buttons, start to auto fire, vent the battery, and then basically I'm risking my mod, myself, and if it's that bad, anyone around me. Shrapnel. You know, never seen a mod blow up like that. I hope to God I never do. But when you have things that are in series, you always run that risk, especially if you're just firing it. So if that was in here and it arced, that's in mid power. What would happen if my, you know, what we call it, my MOSFET right here? What would happen if that failed and it just kept firing and then boom? Okay, I don't want to risk anyone else, including myself, with that. But now, if you are going to continuously not listen to people's warnings or anything like that, and you do want to continue using your tank on a hybrid or putting a tank on a series box mod, do not, and I repeat, do not blame anybody but yourself. Don't ruin vaping because you didn't want to listen, just because you enjoyed the size of the device. Because I've heard people say they like putting a tank on top of the simple because it's so small. Okay, if that's your excuse to put yourself in danger, do not blame anybody else. Do not blame the store you bought it from. Do not blame the company that made the devices. It's not their fault. You can probably call them now and ask them, hey, is it safe to do this? And they're going to tell you probably the same thing I am. No. If the shop that you're buying stuff said that it was okay, don't ever go there again, and maybe inform them properly, because maybe they just don't know. It is what it is. I know people out there are going to have an issue with what I'm saying, and I'm okay with that. Why? Because I've seen it. I've seen people hurt themselves because of a hybrid mod in a tank. Have I yet heard anything about a series? No, but I've seen my friends, you know, they take off the tank, they make sure it's nice and wet, and then they fire a .5 coil on a series, and I've watched what the coil does. It gets so hot, the Kenthal inside just melted like that, caught on fire, and it just seemed like it was a bad idea. And what they did was smart to a point. They put their series box in a metal box with a little hole through it. That little hole was to put a metal rod through the hole, and that little rod was to put this button. That's all it was doing. So when that tank piece fired, it took a few short seconds and everything was just ruined. It's just not safe, guys. Use your brains. I understand that there's so many new devices coming out, so many awesome things, and some people like me are cloud chasers. You want the biggest and best cloud. You want to be able to, you know, beat everybody. That's fine and dandy, but do it safely, guys. It's not hard. I mean, there's apps out there that'll help you build safely on a hybrid mod, a mech mod, in comparison to your batteries. Check your batteries all the time, especially if you're going to be running something low on them. And I'll be flat out and honest with you. You don't need to have a .05 build to win a competition. Trust me, I've beat plenty of those for days. My clouds were going and going and going, and I had a .2 on a mech mod, and they had a .05. Difference is, I don't go dry after the first 5 seconds, so I can still get a bigger, flavorful cloud and you're going to be sitting there having issues because it was really quick and yours already disapparated or basically disappeared. And you're just screwing yourself. You don't need to build low to try to be badass. It's all about the technique. Yes, your coil, but one little trick that everybody doesn't know, or not everybody, a lot of people do, but not everybody. Surface area is your best friend. I get more flavor on this 0.3 12 wrap 22 gauge around a 3mm screwdriver than any Clapton, Fuse Clapton, Tiger coil, Zipper coil. They're just fancy fucking coils. They look awesome. They do taste really good. But I'm sorry. This takes me 3 minutes to put together. And that's wicking it, juicing it, and getting it perfect. How long does it take you guys to get a good Clapton together without going to buy one? Answer me that one. If it takes you longer than 30 minutes, then it's not even worth it. I can make twisted coils faster than the Clapton. Twisteds are great for cloud comps. But if I'm going for just strictly flavor, that's it. This 12 wrap right here in my Buddha has been a well, I haven't yet lost against anybody with this build for cloud comps in my Buddha. I have yet to have a shit flavor unless I had shit cotton or dead batteries. That's always a no-no. But it's just one of those things. This is my always go-to build. It doesn't matter on what it is. Now, if I had a smaller device, hey, guess what? They made smaller Kenthal. 24 gauge, 12 wrap, 10 wrap. Surface area is going to create more clouds and better flavor. It's just that simple. So my 0.3 on here, my 0.3 on here, I'll take anybody. If I lose, I lose. But you know what? It's going to taste good when I lose. It's that simple. Now, one other thing before I get off here and end my rant. It's another kind of serious one because I had someone come into the shop as well. Their device was fucked. And they were lucky as all living hell. Remember how I showed you the battery before? Okay. That's kind of a normal thing. That's any device. Always check that. If I sat here and switched one battery from my Sigelli and one battery from my Series, not only are they not both 35 amps, but this one is a hell of a lot older than this battery. This one's been used a lot more, this one has not. If I switch them, and I go to use this one, I'm risking a hell of a lot just to vape. But why do that? Why put yourself in any danger at all? There's no point. Vaping's supposed to be fun and enjoyable and help us do what? Quit smoking, right? Well, I stopped smoking, so now it's just a damn hobby. Passing on what information that I'm getting, knowledge, everything to you guys. It's that simple. I mean, think before you do anything. There's been electricians that can sit here and probably agree with me. If you have an old battery and a new battery and you have to put them in a double battery device, box mod, what's going to happen? The older one is going to discharge faster while the newer one is doing what it's supposed to, nice and slow. So what happens when your old one gets dead, or sorry, not gets dead, but proper English, dies before your newer one? Then what do you think is going to happen? Something that's not pretty. Fry your MOSFET, vent your battery, blow your shit up. Something. It's not something I want to sit there and try and find out. Don't worry about paying that extra bit of money if it's going to save you all the medical bills down the road. Again, think about it. 20, 30 bucks for 2 batteries, or 2 sets of batteries, mind you. I take that over the couple $1,000 in doctor bills you're going to have if something happens. So if you're sitting there and you go to a vape shop and all you had for a while was a mech mod, but then you went out and bought a Sigelli or someone gave you a Series box mod. I don't care if it's even a parallel box mod. This takes 2 batteries. I'm going to keep married pairs of batteries. Married pairs is not hard to keep track of them either. I do something very simple. Well, this one's, I need to redo it. Let me find one that has it on there. There we are. Very, very simple to keep track of my batteries. Simple Sharpie. That right there tells me that these two belong together. They do not go anywhere by themselves. So I'm not going to put one of these in a mech mod and use it real quick just to show someone that my mech mod works and then put it right back in with my series, my parallel, or my Sigelli. These always stay married. Always. Doesn't matter what device it goes into. Keep them married, guys. It's the safest way to go. I don't have a lot of money, and I will sit here and claim that. But I'm still going to buy batteries when I can, make sure they're safe, and I'll always buy them in pairs. Why? Because I'm not willing to blow myself up. Now, I have a couple batteries I'm about to retire from doing doubles. Guess where those are going? My mech mods. I don't use my mech mods much, but when I do, I have my extra batteries that I just sit here. So to end this off, if anyone, at this point, I don't care if it's negative or positive, a thank you, you know, for me explaining something to you that you never knew or you weren't sure of. This is coming from many other shop owners, many other device makers. I have a lot of friends in the industry that are juice makers, shop owners. They make series box mods, they make parallel box mods, they make regulated box mods, and it's just a safety thing that even they tell me, the do's and don'ts. I really don't want to see anyone else get hurt. I would like vaping to be around a lot longer. It's saving a lot of people's lives, making them healthier. I was smoking 3 packs a day for almost 18 years. I finally quit, and I'm happy. I feel a hell of a lot better. And seeing other people quit, the fact that I could sit here and help people quit, working at the shop I do, even if it's on here, if this review right here helps people stay vaping and not smoking, awesome. I don't need money. I have my family, I have a job, I have a home. But the fact that I'm helping other families stay together because they stopped doing something that is very harmful for them. It's awesome. It's a great feeling. I can go to bed at night and I can feel really good about myself. And if I could stop people from doing things that they know they shouldn't do, that's why I'm doing the safety rant. And that's one less injury that I have to see on Facebook and that everyone else has to see. We don't need to be mean to these people, and I've done that in the past. I've been a little overcritical and very mean. I do apologize for anybody that I've ever been mean to in that aspect. I did it because I was worried about you. I don't care if you were my friend or someone I didn't even know. I did it because I care. I don't want to see you hurt yourself. You can be someone I don't like, and I don't wish something like that upon you. So please, guys, just vape safe. Think about it, research it, anything. Revert back to this if this is all you can find. I do not want to see anybody else get hurt. I just don't. It's not fair for people to be trying to do something that is supposed to be safe, but then getting told something different because people aren't paying attention. So I will end this very long episode. I hope that this has helped you and answered any questions. Maybe. I mean, if it has, awesome. Thank you guys, for at least listening. That's really about it, guys. So just vape safe. It's all I can really ask of you. Let's make this one go viral, if anything. I really do care about every single one of you out there. Anyone that's watching this or not watching it. If you know somebody that likes to do, things that aren't quite safe, and you like them or you care about them enough to not want to see them get hurt, pass this video on to them, show it to them. Let's kind of show everybody that vaping is safe, and it is a better alternative than smoking. So, as I always say, guys, vape safe and vape on, alright? And go try out some of these badass juices and enjoy yourselves.